Did you know that young adults have soured on drinking alcohol? Have you heard this?
Who told you this? Because I haven't felt this.
That's what I'm saying. More than half of young adults in the U.S. see even moderate drinking, 1 or 2 drinks a day, as unhealthy, according to a new Gallup poll.
That's moderate drinking is 1 to 2 a day? I would think that was like overdosing. Having 2 drinks every single day?
Yeah. Well, they're saying over half of people think that's unhealthy to do. So they're agreeing with you.
Yeah, well, sure, they can think that it's unhealthy, but they still do it.
Views on alcohol and drugs are shifting rapidly, especially among millennials and Gen Z. Americans overall now see booze as more harmful than marijuana. What do you think about that?
I don't know. This is one of those things you're reading something that I don't see in my real life.
Yeah.
So something's wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody's misreading the culture. Is it me or them?
They did a poll. Well, listen to this. This gets even weirder. This gets even weirder. A record high 39% of Americans believe moderate drinking is detrimental to health, up 11 points since 2018. Now, to have an 11-point swing in 5 years lends itself to the idea that something culturally shifted. Mm-hmm. And there's really only one big thing in that time span that happened that would necessitate that kind of shift. And it makes sense because a lot more people became alcoholics during COVID.
They saw what it could do to them.
Yeah, or they saw what it could do to their parents or their families, their brothers or sisters.
But I still see people drink nonstop. So I think that's what I'm like. Maybe their views shifted of it, but they think, well, it can get bad, but not me.
Or they are aware that what they're doing is unhealthy,
but they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of things that I do that I'm like, I could be doing better. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Well, that's Lord willing, nothing this detrimental. But among 18 to 34-year-olds, there was an 18-point jump, which lends itself to what we're talking about, the younger generation. 50% of Americans polled said alcohol makes no difference for health, and 10% said it is good for your health.
How many said it was?
50% said alcohol makes no difference for health.
So this is still, I don't know if this is bad news or what I'm trying to...
Wait for it.
Okay.
The whole reason we're talking about this is coming up.
Oh.
This is what's weird. But I have one more thing to tell you first. Women are more likely than men to perceive moderate drinking as unhealthy.
As unhealthy?
Yeah. So women are more likely to think that it's unhealthy than men are.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Now wait for this. Non-religious people, 47%, were more likely than Christians, 35%, to say it's harmful. So non-religious people said it was harmful. More non-religious people said it was harmful than Christians did, by a difference of 47% to 35%.
Okay, I have a theory for this.
I knew you would, so go ahead and tell me.
So the theory for this is that the youth that we grew up with, our age, they didn't drink. They weren't allowed to drink.
Exactly.
So then when COVID happened, if it's going up, then COVID happened and they're like, man, I'm just gonna, then they start drinking more. And then they're like, well, this is pretty cool. Like, you know what I mean? They've had this big epiphany during this few years, and so they're basically 5 to 10 years behind everybody else. They'll wake up. They'll wake up if it's not too late.
It's like Christian music or like Christian movies. It's always like a few years behind.
Yeah, and then
they'll get caught up.
And they'll get caught up. Is that what you were gonna say?
I didn't have a theory, when I read that, I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sure Jordan will have an answer for this, and you did. You really came through.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Cosign. I'll co-sign that. Trying to think of anything to add, but no, I think that's about right. I was weird. Wondering, like, is that good news or bad news that people that don't claim Christianity are more likely to say it's bad? So it's just that Christians are always behind the times.
Christians, they're so worried about what other people are thinking about them.
Yeah.
That's what makes them be unaware.
Hey, I'm not judging. I'm not judging whether you whereas the non-Christians are like this screwed up my family.
Yeah, and
this is screwing me up.
Like, well, look,
Christian's like, hey, look, I drink sometimes, if you want to, it's fine.
It's not real.
How many? What? What percentage of the people that said it's not the Christians? What percentage of the Christians who said it's not harmful? If you told them that 47% of non-religious people said it was harmful, they would flip.
Oh, 30, all of them. Every one of them.
I think this is good news and bad news at the same time.
I do too. What a shame.